The Joe Rogan Experience.
So you have these
There's
fucking
all sorts of rules.
lights on your head are just to help you navigate through the woods and to spot predators. Because of course, if you're vulnerable, you know, and you see giant eyes ahead that are 9 feet off the ground, you're like, oh,
Okay.
fuck, it's a bear.
It's
Jesus
a two-way
Christ.
street
Yes.
hunting. It's like, hold on, the hunter's become
it
the hunted.
is, yeah.
That happens.
I've had experiences where I've ran into predators in the wild, particularly one time in Canada, I ran into a grizzly bear. And looking in the eyes, it wasn't even a big one. It was like a 6-foot bear. It wasn't huge, but it looks right through you. It looks right through you. And so when you run into an animal that's killing shit every day, and it looks at you, there's like a demonic look in its eyes.
Yeah.
I've seen black bears before. You don't see that look. A grizzly bear, which is, you know, more predatory, they have a crazy look in their eyes. It's really interesting.
I made eye contact with a couple of predators. A shark once in a shark cage on like when I was doing that film Sarah Marshall that I'd done years ago, or went in a shark cage and they lower you down and you see a shark come towards you. It's like it's swimming through time. It's like it's come from another era. It looks at you with like you think, whoa, fucking hell, and I was terrified in that cage. And like Ed Norton was there and Woody Harrelson. They were on that island as well. They were mates with people that were on the movie. They got in the water outside of the cage.
Oh, they're out of their fucking mind.
That's insane, isn't it? The shark was little, and apparently it's not the kind of shark that eats you, but even the eye contact, let alone its fucking teeth, I don't even look at it. And then another thing I looked at once, I was in a tiger sanctuary in India, and I didn't like the vehicle I was in. I should have maybe stuck with that, actually. This ain't comfortable. There's a better Jeep over there. So I got out of it to transition, and my mate goes, you want to get in the car now, mate? There's a fucking tiger over there. And there was a tiger, like, only 10 foot away. Just this, maybe I'm exaggerating, hold on, a 20 foot maximum. Like, it was near. And the way that thing looked, I mean, because it's so beautiful as well, the intensity of being looked at by that fucking creature. That was some powerful shit. You don't want eye contact with that. I don't want to look at something that's got, like, that you can't negotiate with. That you can't, I feel like, look at me, even with the jiu-jitsu, like, I've got that little moment where I go, hey, come on, it's old Russ.
Yeah.
With a tiger.
No negotiating.
He doesn't care about your mortgage.
Yeah, neither does that grizzly bear.
Doesn't care.
They look through you.
I've got kids.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, yeah.
It's just, but that's all it's doing all day long is killing things.
It's unbelievable because that's as true as everything we reflect on. It just, to us, who gives a shit about your theories?
Most people don't know what that is. So their idea of what the wild is really based on two things. One, their actual love of animals they know, right? It's like dogs and cats. So the animals that we know, we have this connection with them, so we think that these are animals. They're science projects, man. Those are not animals. Real animals don't give a fuck about you. They're either indifferent to you, or they're scared of you, or they want to eat you. That's real animals. The relationship that you have with a dog is like a child. Like, my dog is more like a child to me than he is like an animal. Yeah. I mean, he's like my little friend that doesn't get to speak. He doesn't talk, but, you know, an animal in the wild is a competing organism. They're competing amongst all the various organisms in whatever ecosystem they're in. And either they're at the top or they're somewhere below that. And that's just how it goes. And every deer is looking around because there's cats, and the cats are slowly sneaking up on them every fucking day of the week. And if you go in a place where there's deer, you best believe there's going to be mountain lions there, because that's how it operates. Right. And when you see that in the wild, it's so rare. It's so rare to be around that. But when you see that in the wild, then you get a deeper understanding of what it means to be an animal. Yes. What's horrific is factory farming. What's perverse and disgusting is the way animals are treated when these livestock companies pump these animals in these warehouses and make them stand in their own shit all day, and then abuse them, and the horrific nature in which they're raised. Yeah, all that should be illegal. Ag-gag laws, those laws where whistleblowers get arrested, those should be illegal. Those are immoral. They're letting people know what goes into your food, and those people are being punished for that. All that shit is, and they're being punished because it hurts business. Yes. Well, it should fucking hurt business. Yes. You're doing something that we all think is immoral. That's how I feel about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with, even if there should be standards in how cows are raised, how chickens are raised. Let them live like actual cows. That's beautiful. And there's a way that they can do that where people like Chris Pratt from Guardians, great guy. He raises sheep. And he eats them, and he even gives them out to people. He has butchers that take care of it. these sheep are treated like they're loved, they're not scared of people, and then literally they get walked into this room, they have no idea what's going to happen, a bolt gets put on the top of their head, bang, and the lights go out. Now you could say that should never happen and those sheep should just live forever. Okay, I could understand that argument. Or you could say, boy, if you're going to eat meat and you're going to eat the meat of an animal that you know how it lived and there was no horrific moments in its life, it just one day the lights went out. That seems like the best, most ethical way to do it. Maybe even perhaps more ethical than hunting.
Yes.
Because when I'm hunting an animal, it's out there in this crazy state where it's always looking to get eaten. These sheep have no idea they can be eaten. They think that everybody's their buddy, and then one day they die.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. It's difficult to bring ethics to that. That's clearly, in my view, a matter of opinion. Some people think that's okay.
But someone could say they could turn it around on me and say you could do that same thought experiment with people. Like, why don't you just eat people? Hey, the person lived a perfect life. You put a bolt in the top of their head and bang, shut the lights out, and then they turn into barbecue.
Look, that's a very pronounced and vivid way. But I would say that in a sense, we're being commodified, imprisoned, enclosed. The very fact that a law has been made to prevent people regulating or revealing the truth around that.
Revealing it, yeah.
Shows where the true bias of this system is.